Welcome, everybody. Today, we're going to talk about restarting YouTube growth in the wake of the mass exodus by a lot of very popular YouTubers. We will also discuss why most of the commentators mix the crux of the problem when they frame the exodus as a creative challenge. Standard disclaimer: don't attempt this on your own. Always engage a trusted guide. So, buckle up and make sure that you've secured everything to your person. You could encounter some rough terrain. But if you like where we're going, hit the like button before we launch off into this episode. In case you haven't been on YouTube for a while, a lot of very popular YouTubers have recently decided to call it quits, taking their ball and going home. This has left others wondering what just happened. It's also creating a major impediment to new people just getting started on their YouTube journey. Now, YouTubers are asking themselves, why should they put in the effort to start a channel if highly respected YouTubers are leaving in droves? Just a heads up. This is the start of a bigger trend that will extend far beyond YouTube. More on that later. For the record, this is not an issue of fatigue or podcast drift. What we are seeing can best be described as a challenge of YouTube growth. And it should come as no surprise that veteran creators are leaving. Elite YouTubers started complaining early last year that something changed with the algorithm and then it was making it harder to grow. Now, if you listen to those left behind, you'll hear phrases like podcast drift, which is that feeling that happens when you've been doing the exact same thing for a period of time and slowly start to lose interest. Another good one is there's always comes a time for change, and that's just natural. Contrarian alert. I believe that this is just the normal business cycle. Most of these YouTubers are leaving, became major players during the pandemic or the Great Pause. That was approximately 4 years ago. And generally, companies have to reinvent themselves every 3 years. Unfortunately, only 1 in 10 companies survive this process. Most don't. They exit in one form or another. So let's call it what it is: abandonment. When companies give up when they can't restart their stalled growth, that's abandonment. Having said that, let's also acknowledge that abandonment doesn't just happen to popular YouTubers or small companies. It happens to large companies like AT&T and Microsoft. They undertake massive projects to restart growth only to abandon them a few years later. It's almost a truism that large transnational companies destroy more value than they create in hopes of restarting growth. They are much better at doing stock buybacks. So, what does this mean for you, the subscriber? What it means is that the SMP, or Subscription Maker Podcast interviews, will be moving to the Subscription Maker YouTube channel. It means we will be talking about the next big thing, which is subscription impact, with a number of thought leaders. Growth takes time. It takes collaboration with the audience. It means brand building. It requires ideation and validation of product streams. However, most one-off or transactional business models don't have enough downtime built into them to allow this process of reflection. That's where subscriptions come in. Subscriptions allow you to deliver tremendous value or customer success, which is what I think of as impact. So we're going to talk with coaches, executive coaches, life coaches, business coaches, people who deal with helping their clients drive impact. We're going to talk with them about how they define impact, how they coach impact, and what it takes to get the ball rolling. All of these conversations will be guided by expansion dominant logic. You can think of expansion dominant logic as a philosophy or a strategy or even a mindset for approaching growth. It stems from a belief that the best way to grow is by finding new ways to serve your current customers. In SaaS companies, this is called expansion. It's the reason why so many SaaS companies are either profitable or soon will be. It's a relatively slow growth for SaaS companies. Imagine only doubling in size every year for the foreseeable future. Now, we can talk about the ways to grow much faster if you would like to. Just leave a comment below. We can also talk about other ways to use YouTube to grow your online business. For that matter, we can talk about the importance of micro influencers and social media to restart stalled growth. In some ways, YouTubers are just the canary in the coal mine. You see it every day in your LinkedIn feeds. Entrepreneurs are taking 9 to 5 jobs and being thankful they found a port to ride out the storm. We can only hope that they'll develop the intestinal fortitude to continue creating at a less intensive rate. Too many people work way too hard to earn too little from their online business. You don't have to be one of them. I hope you'll check out our next episode.